Good afternoon, Robert Scribbler. It is August 6, 2018. Thank you for joining me for another climate change and clean energy video blog. Now for this segment, I am going to talk about a major clean energy milestone that was reached after the first half of this year. And it is that total global wind and solar installations have now reached more than 1 terawatt hour. And this is a major milestone for a number of reasons. One, due to the fact that global wind and solar energy development and acceptance has been accelerating during recent years, with the annual add of combined wind and solar hitting around 150 gigawatts per year, and over the next 5 years is projected to average about 200 gigawatts per year of combined wind and solar additions, allowing the global total of wind and solar to exceed 2 terawatt hours in just another 5 years. Now, this second surge in wind and solar development is expected to come at approximately half the cost of the first surge, with an approximate 46% reduction in the net cost of wind and solar added. So the issue is that as wind and solar scale, the cost of producing them falls. And so presently, the cost for renewables to be installed is in the range of $1 to $1.50 per megawatt hour in many locations. And this cost is continuing to fall. Now, as we can see with this graphic, which provides historical trends for wind and solar energy prices, solar particularly has seen a very precipitous decrease in cost. Solar photovoltaic. Now, concentrated solar power has also seen cost reductions, as well as offshore wind and onshore wind. Onshore wind being very inexpensive, but now with solar coming into competitiveness with onshore wind, you have a dual dynamic which provides a serious impetus, a serious economic impetus for transitioning to renewable energy. A third factor involved in this speeding transition to renewable energy is the availability of energy storage in the form of batteries. Now, the present global battery manufacturers are scaling up capacity due to the fact that there is a large surge in electrical vehicle production. But this surge in battery production is also enabling wind and solar to have higher capacity factors and, well, have higher, less intermittency, and to provide energy over a longer cycle. And this will enable wind and solar to start to replace what are known as peaker plants and start to eliminate what is known as the duck curve. So flattening out wind and solar production over a 24-hour cycle. Now, this energy storage cost is also lowering, which will enable further more rapid adoption rates for wind and solar. Now, clean energy is a primary enabler for reducing the impact of human-caused climate change. And the rate at which we transition to renewable energy is critical in determining how much climate change impacts we will experience over the coming decades. So we want to be keen on supporting politicians that support positive policy measures when it comes to clean energy and the environment. And over the past 2 years, we've seen an example of the exact opposite of that coming from the Trump administration, with the Trump EPA doing everything it can to reduce incentives for clean vehicles and to deregulate the fossil fuel industry, therefore reducing fossil fuel industry costs and increasing fossil fuel industry pollution. You have seen the Trump administration imposing tariffs that are harmful to U.S. solar energy adoption rates, and these are the kinds of policies that run directly against responses to human-caused climate change, in addition to attacking things like the Paris Climate Summit, which was a very positive global policy initiative, and Obama's Clean Power Plan, which was a very positive domestic policy initiative from the standpoint of responding to human-caused climate change. The kinds of politicians that we need are those that will address climate change, seek to move away from fossil fuel burning, and invest in renewable energy, not deny climate change, pretend it doesn't exist, blame other factors, and undermine what is now a necessary global response. Thank you for joining me, and I'll be chatting with you soon.